Hi guys, I hope you all are good. I hope you all are well. Um, this week, I think until the 3rd of June, we're only going to be focusing on psychology because we're writing, right? So we'll only be uploading like videos for psychology. If you know anybody who's doing psychology, please let them know that you, girl, I've got a plug for you. Okay, I've got a plug for you. I will be uploading videos based on psychology. So today we're doing depth perception. Oh, and by the way, greetings. If you're new, oh my god, I cannot stop like thanking God because our channel is growing. Like it is growing. We have 68 subscribers. Like I remember starting like from like 1 subscriber. I didn't even think we'd get here. It's a lot because I don't see you guys as just subscribers for the sake of I've got subscribers. No, I see you as like my study partners. Okay, like we're growing. Our group is growing. Like we've got a lot of study partners coming through. So if you're new here or you just happen to pass by, and if you also enjoy this and then you feel like this has been helpful to you, please be sure to like and subscribe, comment, and so that we can grow, more people can be able to see that, there's a plug here, there's a girl, there's a study partner, all that. Because one thing about uni is that we're struggling to get like study partners, right? So let's get into it without wasting any time. So today we are just gonna deal with depth perception. All right. So depth perception, firstly, you cannot understand what does depth perception mean if you don't even understand what does perception mean. You need to go back and read sensation and perception, right? It's in the additional resources. Go and study what is sensation, what is perception. Perception is how something is regarded, is how something is understood, is how something is interpreted. But with us in psychology, we say that sensation is how something is packed, right, in the mind and how it is interpreted. Remember that with sensation is how we get information, right, through the sensory organs. Either can be through our eyes, can either be through our ears or anything like that, in the environment that we are in, through the receptor cells, right? It's how I am busy, Melis. So it's how, sorry about that, guys. So it's how where was I? See now, yo. So we're talking about sensation, right? How sensation it involves the sensory organs, right? We get information through the sensory organs. So now with perception, it's how that information that we get through the sensory organs, it's how now it is interpreted. So when you see the word interpretation, just know whether it's in your multiple choice or they're giving you a scenario, just know they're talking about perception, how something is interpreted, how information is packed in our minds, right? And how it is interpreted. So let me not waste time and get into it. Depth perception. So now with depth perception, it is the ability, the ability to perceive, right? The word perceive is very important because we're talking about perception, right? It is the ability to perceive spatial relationships. Relationship in 3D space. All right, 3D, it means three-dimensional. I know you've learned about this, the cube, the cylinder, and all that in your, I think it was in grade 3 or something, right? When we learn about 2D shapes and 3D shapes. So now we're talking about depth perception. So perception, it is the ability to perceive spatial relationship in 3D space, right? What are we talking about? Because one thing about me, when I learn, I like to break something down, right? I like to break it down so that I can be able to understand like thoroughly what does this mean. So what is spatial relationship? What is a spatial relationship? A spatial relationship, it's understanding how objects and people move in relation to each other. To each other. Oh, guys, I'm so tired of holding my phone. I need to get a, what do you call this? I don't know, maybe a tripod or something. Okay, so depth perception is the ability to perceive spatial relationship in 3D space. So what is a spatial relationship? A spatial relationship, it is a special relationship name. It involves a relationship between an object and a person, right? And how they move in relation to each other, right? I think if you understand what is special relationship, you're going to be able to understand what is depth perception. I said depth perception is the ability to perceive, right? Special relationships in 3D space. Okay, so this depth perception, it is when now we are able to see. Remember, we're talking about 3D and third dimensional, right? In third dimensional. So this depth perception, it is what makes us to understand that this cup here, I don't know if you can see. Okay, it's what makes us to understand. You know, guys, I was watching the podcast of Simone. You know, let's try this again podcast. Yep. So, because I take mini breaks when I study. Yo, guys. So I was watching this. Please never mind this thing. I'm trying to give an example. So this depth perception, it is what makes us to understand that this cup over here, it is in front of this screen, right? It helps us to understand that this is in front. It helps us to understand that this is at the back, right? Depth perception. It helps me to understand that this is in front, this is at the back, this is above, this is below, right? So the fact that you're able to see that, oh, this is above the laptop, it is what we call depth perception, right? For the fact that you understand that this is in front of the laptop, this is what we call depth perception. So I don't know if you get me. But yeah, depth perception, it is what makes us to understand if something is above, below, in front, or behind, right? So this depth perception is what makes us to understand. But now we have something that we call binocular vision, right? Binocular vision. Binocular vision. I don't know if you saw me doing this experiment here when I was telling you that depth perception, it helps us to understand that this is in front, this is at the back, this is here, this is here, this is here, this is here, right? So it makes us to understand this. So, but we cannot understand this if we do not have what we call binocular vision, right? We cannot. We cannot perceive objects. We cannot perceive the relationship between objects and people, or there's no way we can perceive that if we do not have what we call binocular vision. So binocular vision is the ability, it is the ability to um to perceive 3D objects, 3D object, right? It is the ability to perceive 3D objects, right? With their differences, with their differences, right? No, no, I'm wrong. It is the ability to perceive 3D objects, right? 3D objects with images, right? Yes, with images from the help of what? The retina. Understanding the differences as well of the images, right? But I just want to shorten it so that when you write, you'll be able to understand that, oh, this is binocular vision, right? I'm not sure if like you understand, but binocular vision, the fact that you're able to perceive that this is a 3D object is what we call binocular vision, right? So I'll go deeper with the help of what? The retina. There's no way that you can be able to understand that this is a 3D without you, I don't know, maybe not having a retina if it's possible, or I don't know, but with the help of what? The retina. Because what does the retina do? Go back and also go to your notes and then search the vision where they talk about the retina, the cons, and all that. Right? So the retina, it does what? The retina, it captures images. Retina, it's in your eye, ne? Retina, it captures images. No, it captures light. Yes, it captures light and translate it to images, in your mind that you can be able to see. All right. So there's no way we can talk about binocular vision if we don't involve a retina, because a retina is that one that captures light. After capturing the light, it takes it to your mind, and then your mind now it creates images. It interprets it to, it translates it to images that you can be able to see. Right. So binocular vision, it involves the retina. So the ability to perceive 3D objects, it is what we call binocular vision. But now we also have what we call binocular disparity. Binocular binocular disparity. So with binocular disparity, now remember I told you that binocular vision, it involves the ability to perceive 3D objects, right? Using what? One retina. I didn't talk about two retinas, one retina, right? So binocular disparity, it's when now it involves two eyes. There are some objects that when you look at them, you cannot just look at them with one retina. It involves two eyes, two retinas, right, from the eyes. So, but then the problem is that with binocular disparity is that your object will be slightly different, right? It will be slightly different because why? The angle on which you're looking at using one retina is different from the angle that you are looking at, and also the focus of the eye at that moment is different from the focus of the eye, the focus of the object, right? So binocular disparity, it's when now the object is slightly different, or when now the process in which it involves two retinas for you to look at the thing, right? Like they gave us an experiment, like in the book they say, if you extend your arm, if you extend your arm, and then after extending your arm, then you, I don't know, you extend your arm, and yes, you extend your, I'm not going to be able to do the experiment, but you'll do it yourself. You extend your arm, and after extending your arm, you close your eye, one eye, I think. Yes, you close your one eye, and then after that you bend the other fingers, and then you extend the other finger. Then you'll be able to see that now one eye is concentrating on this. But like I didn't read it properly, but I hope you understand binocular disparity. Like, right, when now you I don't know, how can I, like, okay, let me see if I can do this. But you guys, I'm not gonna, let me see. I'm looking at the screen. I don't know. But like, yeah, it involves two retinas. Like it involves two retinas. Yes. So the results that you're gonna get if you're looking at something, if you're looking at an object or something, the results that you're gonna get, they're gonna be slightly different, because why? You're using two retinas, and then why? Even if you can get at one image, you can see that, oh, this is a laptop, but for the fact that this other side, I'm looking on the top, I'm looking at this, and I'm involving two both my retinas, I'm gonna get a slightly different image, right? From, yeah, I don't know, but I hope you'll understand binocular disparity, depth perception, binocular vision, how depth perception work. But then I have a little activity for you. Um, I want you to arrow the questions here. Are the questions okay? I have a little activity for you. I have a little activity for you. I want you to write down here, that you can take a screenshot. Write down the differences between perception and sensation, right, on the comment section. Please let's engage, and then so that maybe, because like, you know what's the problem, name? You might think that you understand. Please don't go back and refer to your book. What is perception and and sensation? We just want to see, we just want to help each other according to the way you understand, how you read. Remember, we even wrote about it in our previous assignments, right? So that we can be able to see that, oh, I'm ready for the exam. Because if you go back and refer, like, chances are you're not ready for the exam. You need to go back and learn, right? And then the second one is Sarah. Sarah was blind. Does this mean that perception is impossible for her? Write down your thoughts on this question. Write down your thought on this question. Sarah was blind, not was. Okay, but it's fine. Is blind. Sarah was blind. I think it's fine. Does this mean that perception is impossible for her? Write down your thought on this question. Please write down on the comment section so that we can engage. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you understood what I told you. And yeah, depth perception, we're gonna nail this. I think we understand what is depth perception by now, right? I think we do. And if you don't, watch this over and over again until you understand it. And please go back and read. And let's answer the question down below in the comment section. Can't wait to see your answers. Can't wait to correct you. I can't wait to learn from you also. Yeah, and thank you so much. If it's the first time you came across this video and you liked it, please, it wouldn't hurt if you subscribe. It wouldn't hurt if you like. It wouldn't hurt if you share. It wouldn't hurt if you comment, right? So thank you guys, and shalom.